I
No.
seen that, and y'all know that I got to get the hate off. Y'all know it. Preemptive. Somebody, who was it? Underdog, what's his name? He said, yeah, Rashad about to have a hate space. And you were right.
Yeah, Rashad, you're probably not gonna have as much support on my end because I have some POVs on this. Not all are positive, but some are more positive than you would think. So I'm ready to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I honestly, this is really, really a serious, I'm not even trying to be funny, right? I seen it. It was long as hell yesterday, pause. Um, and I didn't get it, right? The breadcrumbing that he's continually done. I don't know who he think he is as far as like his creative director bag, the artsy bag, the hidden messages. I don't have we ever went to him for that? I don't think so. I don't think we ever went to Drake for that. We went to Drake for the slaps. He's doing something and it's really like I said yesterday, just thumbing his nose at hip hop in my opinion. How you do one thing is how you do everything, and I don't think he's invested in music, and I don't think he's invested into the culture because of what culture probably did to him. Maul said it on the Rory and Maul, and where he feels like Drake is saying, fuck y'all, look what y'all did to me. And I think that you see that, you hear that, you feel that in what he's doing. And I also have a genuine question. Is this the catalog that was supposed to be worth 600 to 800 million dollars? Because
No.
when we talking about all these conspiracy theories of why they didn't want to pay him and all this other shit, listen to the music that he put out after the beef and then ask yourself, is this what was supposed to be worth 600 to 800 million dollars? And if you say yes, you are delusional. And I think that that has always been my standpoint. Like, fam, he is generational, right? Well deserved number one artist of the 21st century. But this ain't what that old shit used to be. And I don't think
Now,
he's wrapped his
Rashad.
head around that.
Now, Rashad, we gotta get into a conversation here because we can't be pro industry when we choose and then anti industry another time. So I'm just throwing something out here, right? What if, just say what if Drake is going to release a banger on the album, and what if all of the little things that he's releasing are just kind of like the Frank Ocean, not the Frank Ocean, who's the one that giving away music just to get out of some sort of obligation? Like, what if Drake is on some nigga, as long as we are in this contract situation, as long as we are in litigation in court, I'm not giving y'all nothing that y'all could capitalize off. I'm gonna give y'all some loose shit that I was playing around with that I feel like it's good enough that I could put it out. My fans could do what they want to do with it. But what if, Rashad? Like, I mean, because he is in, like, I'm thinking about this from like a strategic perspective. I get your point from a fan perspective, or maybe just a music lover perspective. But what about his strategy as a businessman? Like,
But
what if his POV is, you're not getting no banger, so you can get millions off me while I have you in court? No, you're going to get something because, again, I still have this thing with my fans. I still want to release Iceman. And I'm going to tease this until we come to some sort of at least close to some sort of an understanding in court. I don't know. Are you open to that being maybe some of the reasons why?
in order for him to have that mindset, in my opinion, you would have to think that you are bigger than the program. And where you can play in people's face and we're just going to accept it because of who you are. Right? Because and then also on the flip side, Drake not trying to go independent. So all this back and forth legal, he wants his terms, his way, but no matter what happens, Drake is going to sign again. So even that mindset, it doesn't make sense because you are
You think he
literally
signed again with UMG specifically?
um Drake is going to go whoever gives him the most money. And that's another thing. Your catalog, this music that you have put after the battle, you are putting bad, it's like sports. You can't put bad game tape out there, right? Because that's all that people see. So all of the stuff that you're putting out, labels have these numbers, labels have these metrics, and they're only going to pay you based on this. They're not going to pay you based on what you could do, because I think even the most diehard Drake fans know that Drake is over the hill. He's not in his prime. Right? Even the most diehard Drake fans know that. And labels know that too. And so when you coming and sitting at the table talking about $600 to $800 million and you putting out B-sides, that don't make sense to me. So he's cutting his nose to spite his
No,
face.
but
I
but
believe
no,
that.
but that's what other artists have done. Like thank you, Kevin, because I could have sworn Frank Ocean did the same thing. Like when artists are in an issue or in they're not seeing eye to eye with their label, they don't put out masterpieces during those times. Like Prince did it. I think even Michael Jackson did it when it comes to like the artistry. Like they use their artistry as their power move because that's what they have. Like, yeah, there's plenty of people that Taylor Swift did it. When you're in a contract issue with your label, you're not about to have me giving y'all the next big thing while we're not on the right terms. I'm just thinking, and the reason why my mindset has shifted a little bit on this, Rashad, is because of two things. I saw the clip with Charlemagne when he said he can confirm for sure that the industry has been hating Drake for a long time. That's out of Charlemagne's mouth. And I don't know if we just want to consider Charlemagne the biggest liar. So he said that. Also, it coincides with something that Drake said on the Bobby Althoff, which I didn't watch, but I saw the clip where he says, before I release something, they have three people in media essentially pick sides. Like they conspire. You know what I mean? And in them conspiring, they pick okay, this is the angle we're gonna go about maybe some of the negative hatred. So he's like the one with the most comments. That's not something that's genuine to the art. You get what I'm saying? What he's saying is it's genuine to the behind the scenes play. And I don't put it, so my biggest thing is I don't put it past industry games when they've done it to niggas. I mean, niggas meaning Americans. So Drake, to your point, Drake is not above the program, but not because of him feeling like he's him, but he's also not above the program from them playing in his face, trying to remind him of who he is. Like, you still ain't us. And other artists, we support other artists when they use their big joker. I don't know. I'm starting to look at it a little bit differently, Rashad. I'm not gonna lie.
Go ahead, Kenya. How you feeling?
I just feel like it's just a lot of smut. Um, he's Drake. I just wanna remind you, Rashad, because I know like you had to deal with Rock Nation and you are who you are. And I understand that. But he's Drake, right? So if you listen to, because what was that? Okay, ICEMAN episode 3. It started off with what it started off with, and then the beat changed. So that let me know that he still has it in him, Rashad. It's still there. He gave us 30 seconds of it, and then he changed the beat to let you know he wasn't giving that to you. No, bitch. Actually, take this fucking Tootsie Slide ass, pop ass, B-side ass bullshit, like Jonay said, okay? Take that and go and keep that and run with it while I figure this out. I don't think it's lost. I really don't. I don't think he doesn't have it in him because I still
Yeah, I don't think so, because that last song, or Crash Out, whatever it was, no, that
he
right there.
still has it. Like it's there, bro. It really is there. I think that I think he's a human. I think he's feeling a lot of things. I think he feels so slighted. I think overall he just feels so tried for the most part. Like it's just he's so tried. And I honestly I kind of feel him. I'm starting to feel him a little bit because how dare y'all? No, like
Um,
how dare you? But from Take Care on, I've given you the soundtracks to your lives. The soundtracks to your life. Bitch, when you die and you gotta look back, okay, and replay your life, it's gonna be a lot of me in there. Probably mostly me for a lot of y'all. I gave you so much. The culture, Y'all tried me. Y'all tried to get me to fuck up out of there. Y'all said I didn't even belong because my mama white.
But everybody gets tried. That's just the nature of competition. That's the nature of hip hop or whatever genre or entertainment that you're in. Everybody gets tried. I rarely have seen somebody get called to the carpet or get tried and say, you know what, I'ma quit. Right? And then also to the putting out not, the highest quality of music, I think we are looking at it not through the correct lens, right? Where is the classic between Scorpion and For All the Dogs?
What year
I'll
was
answer it
You
this
don't
way.
need
Scorpion?
multiple classic. You don't
There
need more.
no,
No,
no. But hold on,
Rashad.
wait. Listen
These
to
are
what I'm saying.
metrics
This
that
is what I'm
they're only
hold on,
applying to
hold
Drake.
on. This is what I'm saying. Y'all are saying that he is holding on to music because he still got that shit in the
He
tuck.
do.
He
Drake hasn't
does.
put
Yeah.
out a full body of album, and where we said that was that shit for a long time now.
That's not
That's not
true.
even
We just
true.
heard Super
I'm
Sexy
sorry, but
Songs. What are you talking about, Rashad?
certified lover
That
boy
album is
is in
good.
the
Certified Lover
conversation of a
Boy is
No.
classic to
I'm
me.
not.
good.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that those albums weren't good. I didn't say that. I
Why are
said
you
that
looking for?
Drake.
But why are you looking for classics? Because
He can't even
we gotta
say
stop
that.
doing this.
No, well, no.
But hold on
Hold
a
on, wait. Let me
second.
finish the point. What I'm
Okay.
saying
Okay.
is Drake, I said, is out of his prime, right? So he is like a LeBron. LeBron 40, he'll still give you 25, but he can't give you 25 every goddamn game, right? I think that Drake is in a space and where, yes, obviously he is Drake and he can make songs and he can write songs and he's a lyricist and all of that shit, but he's not in his prime. And so when you have seen the body of work for the last 6 years before the battle, right? And where there has been a lot of backlash, there has been a lot of this ain't the same shit, right? And so now you're trying to re-up on your contract to the tune of max $800 million, and you're cutting your own legs by putting out B-sides knowingly. That's not the smartest thing to do if you want
But
people to know
you're
that you
saying
still
he's
got that
But
cutting
in.
his
Rashad,
own legs. Rashad,
no, you're saying
you're
that
saying
because
that.
of how you see it. So Rashad, okay, here's the thing, and this is where like there's a difference between your like Drake hate and like like sound music critique and understanding the story, right? Number one, if Drake has been on top for let's say what 15 years, 10 years, 12 years, whatever the range is, right? At least since what, '09, at least minimum,
Yeah.
Rashad. Okay, let's say '09 minimum. It is 2025. You, as somebody that's into music, should know that if you look at any of the greats, they don't have banger, 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 banger. They don't have that. They do not. And so my thing is, you got me on the side of defense with him because we cannot, because we just don't care for him, create a new standard that now he has to live up to because we want to make a new standard for him when nobody else lives up to that. Same with Cole, same with Kendrick, same with him, same with Hove. Like there's plenty of greats in rap that we allow the the critique of the album, but we don't then try to then adjust where he stands. So that's number one. Number two, Rashad, like I just used the example. If you're in the middle of a legal battle, there are plenty of other artists that we applaud for what he's doing, if that's what he's doing. Is y'all gonna have to rock with the fact that I'm gonna give y'all some little loosies. It's not complete garbage. Everybody has their own perspective, cool, because we could just say it and rate the music, right? But the nigga putting out What Did I Miss was decent. He did Super Sexy Songs, which was a whole album of what, 17 songs. And if you listen back, it was good. Like, we're not gonna say it was trash. I said that even on the first listen, it's not trash, right? So he did put out a project, even though it was a joint project. So he is pumping out music still for the fans to have something while he is. What if he is in a creative slump? So what? So what? That doesn't mean he fell off. He ain't had his prime. The nigga been in the game for over 12 years. Why are you keeping? Why do you not you specifically? But why does that perspective expect him to be in his prime at every point in time. That's the same arguments I make with Kendrick. It's like niggas have the creative control to try new shit, or maybe go into a slump, or maybe he is in his head and he's using his music to just sort through his thoughts, because he did go through a really big situation last year. Like, that's where like fandom plus artistry plus industry, it's like we got to understand that all three are existing, and you can't use the reasonings for one to say is the reason for the other, Rashad. And I think again, you understand music enough to know you can't just judge, oh, because what your words were, he ain't had a classic since. So what? You know, that whole classic talk, we got to stop, because there are some people that are solidified and etched in stone and got one classic or two. Like, we can't get into that and think that now because it's him, we get to do the variance. I don't think that's a sound argument.
I'm
I'm
still waiting on
speaking
Lauren
about,
Hill's
hold on, wait,
classic.
Mamba. I'm speaking about, first of all, Drake versus Drake, and I'm speaking about trajectory from the lens of you about to ask somebody for $500 million, right? So I'm not saying that he has to
He's
have
already
all.
earned
hold-
it.
I'm not saying that you have to have classics, right? I'm all classics. I'm saying that there has to be something tangible that you can bring to the table, because even when I said he was going to sign again, you said, do you think that he's going to sign the UMG? And I said, maybe. And it sounded like to me that you would expect him not to sign with UMG, right? So if he's going to a new record label, he ain't earned shit over there. That's one. You ain't earned shit with
Rashad, got you.
Sony.
No, Rashad. That is where you're out your mind. You are still, and again,
Yeah,
this might
I'm
be because of your
confused.
experience.
Maybe I don't know how the
Rashad,
music
Drake
industry
don't have to
works.
prove
What
shit.
is he
Drake
talking
changed the
about?
music industry.
Jonay, I'm
He does not have
talking
to
about,
prove
hold on.
nothing.
I'm talking about money in contracts. I'm not
Exactly. And
talking about,
listen,
hold on,
okay,
I'm
as a
not
money
talking
and
about
contract,
culture. Hold on, wait, let me finish. I'm not
okay,
talking about how folks feel I'm talking
and
about
I'm ready to answer this.
when you're asking somebody for money, you have to bring tangibles. How am I going
He's
to
the
make this money
tangible bitch.
back?
I mean, there's a
Okay, hold on. No,
guaranteed
don't worry
How,
about
amount
it.
of
how, hold on,
people.
hold on. How am
Kenya.
I,
Don't worry about it. I got it,
how
Kenya.
am
Go
I going
ahead.
to make this money back, and in what time frame? And I can only go off of what you are doing, because that's the only barometer. So what have you been doing? What is the trajectory of your music for the last 6 years? Right? Where is it at, and where do we see that going? On top
Okay.
of the fact that after the battle, where is your music going in the trajectory of
Okay.
that? That's what we
Okay. Well,
gonna go
Rashad.
off of.
Okay,
And if it's not
Rashad.
going
Okay.
up, then there's somebody can
Rashad,
say, hey fam, this
but
better get
that is
done.
where, but that is where you're blinded by hate trying to have a business conversation. So if you want to have a business conversation, step to the side, because business conversation, super sexy songs had number ones on there. So that's number one. He charted on that album. He has not released an album since. That album charted. So that's
That
number
album
one.
ain't worth
This
$800 million.
Rashad, you want to listen? Because I'm trying to help you when you're talking business. This is something that I think we all can understand, that we have our own opinion on, but numbers and numbers, facts are facts. When you're talking business, right? And you're going to someone talking about you being a lucrative investment, they don't only look at what you're doing now, because then they would understand, well, why do you want to do business with us if you're fine already? You have to show them, okay, right now there is this moment where I do need to be in a new partnership. I do need to have new a new view or a new whatever. Because when I was on good terms where I was charting number one for 10 years straight. What you guys are seeing in this 6 year, again, I'm talking about a business plan, right? This is how you produce business, right? Rashad, you're talking business. You show them this time frame. The reason why we're seeing a low in my numbers, or maybe ups and downs in my numbers, it is not solely because of the product, because as you can see, my fan base is supporting. I'm selling out tours. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. There's a whole bunch of stuff other than music that shows that he is a lucrative business investment. What you're talking about is you're mixing critical acclaim with business shit. And that's not the same thing. And that's why you're mixing your mindset of music into business. Drake is a solid business investment because he just had a business deal with Amazon. He is doing a tour. He is on streaming where people are going to stream, even the YouTube shit. Look at the YouTube numbers, and he ain't doing shit but having us sit there for an hour and a half, look at him stroll through motherfucking Paris and we still don't get it, but he's proving points. I'm not even doing nothing. And look at the streams I'm producing because my name is a brand. It is a guaranteed multi-million-dollar brand without me doing anything.
And
And
it's
that to
still
me
not
is
worth
where the art.
$800 million.
Yes, it
That's what I'm
is.
saying.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
not
But so
worth
maybe you don't
what.
maybe you don't
No,
understand what
what I'm
eight
saying is
hundred
what
million
he has
dollars is
done.
in the music
What
business.
he has done recently, because maybe I'm crazy as hell, but
So you don't
this
believe
is why
that
Lucian
Drake?
said,
All
no,
right.
nigga, you're not getting that money.
I don't, but Rashad, I don't think you
That's
understand
why
what
I said
$800
it.
million
So
looks like
Rashad
when you're
doesn't.
talking about a multi-year deal. Like you're talking about $800 million in cash. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what you're thinking.
No, what I'm thinking
$800
is
million
Lucian said
is an
no.
invest.
I'm just a nigga
Okay,
with
well, fuck
spaces, but
Lucian.
Lucian
We're
said
not
no.
talking about, okay, but we're not talking about Lucian. And we know that Lucian is a issue. We're talking about that. What we're talking about is you're trying to say the Lucian deal and him going somewhere
But
else and asking for the same shit.
but how
He
you?
had a
But wait,
relationship with Lucian.
how do you conveniently want to honor what the colonizer think and then not? Like you confusing
No,
me.
no, no. What I'm saying to me, in my optics, the trajectory of his albums from, for the last 5, 6 years isn't something. Am I saying that Drake isn't lucrative or he can't make no money? No. What I'm saying is the amount of money that he's asking for, it's not worth it based on what he has put out for the last 6 years. So I think that
You're
him
saying
putting
he
out
can't
B-sides
return eight
now
hundred million
don't make
dollars.
no
You're
sense.
saying
That's
he
Rashad,
cannot return eight
And if
hundred
it was
million
worth it,
dollars.
and
Lucian
that's
would have gave him the
ridiculous.
money.
So
Rashad,
you're
how
I'm just
much
a
saying
do
he
you
nigga
think
young
he's
cannot
with
return
earned?
spaces.
$800 million
That's
If it was,
dollars.
ridiculous.
if it was
How
worth
much
it,
is
he would do it. Go
how
ahead,
much do you think
But
he's
Rashad,
earned?
that's a part of the problem. You think that he didn't give him the money because he's not worth it. He didn't want to give him the money because that gives him too much power. Like what part about that
No,
are you
he didn't want to
seeing?
give
You
him
think,
that
oh,
money because he see that the numbers ain't the same.
not true. That's not true.
Go
How
ahead,
much do you
So
So
now
Rashad,
where are
you
you coming up with
honor
Rashad
the
that?
go
colonizer's
ahead, go ahead.
word.
I'm gonna look. While Mama
Okay.
Yeah,
talking,
it
I'm
don't
looking it
sound
up right
like
now.
that.
Go
You
ahead,
know he
Mama.
Rashad,
does.
Rashad, how
So
much do
when
you
He
think
Lucian
said
said
you
you
heard it
ain't worth
before.
Hold
shit,
on,
Rashad,
wait.
you
Let
better
Mama go real
pack up
quick.
and go die.
Hold on, wait.
Drake,
Go
how much do
get
you
it off,
think
Mama.
Drake has made? How much do you think Drake has made UMG just with the last 6 years that you think that he was trashing?
Billions.
Okay, so you don't think he's worth
So
eight
he ain't
hundred
worth
million if he's
800
made them
million and
billions,
he made them billions?
This is a
and that's
sick
just with the
Negro.
last six
Something
This
is
is a
years.
wrong
sick
with you.
Negro.
That is. But that's music.
What are you
That's
talking
music.
about,
Well, that's
Rashad?
what
What the
we're
fuck are you
talking
talking
about.
about?
No, what I'm saying is it's always going to be disproportionate, and the bigger the artist is, the more the label gets, and the artist.
If
That's
he made
Okay,
you,
music.
so
okay,
what?
What are we
No,
talking
wait,
about?
Jonay,
Hold
hold
on.
on, real quick, Jonay,
If
hold on.
he made billions and
No,
800 million, what's the
so
percent of
right,
that?
no, I want to
Long as
know
he
what
made the record
Rashad
label
thinks. So
billions.
Rashad,
Shit, Lil Weezy
what
did,
do you
but
think?
like what we
Wait,
saying?
Wow.
Rashad. So
NBA YoungBoy has made these niggas
what
billions.
do
He
you?
get what I'm
Okay,
saying.
I'm hearing you. So what do you think would be appropriate for if they made 2 billion off of him? Tell me how many million do you think he should get, if not 800? What number of millions do you think is appropriate for their 2 billion?
For Drake, I think I
And
Yeah.
think
him
where
being the
where
biggest artist in the
I
world.
think where Drake is going, he can get the same deal that he had last time, the 400. And since you talk crazy, maybe 350. Niggas, take it or leave it.
350 million for their
Oh
two
my
Hey
billion.
God.
man, take it or leave it. He
Mm-mm,
did
mm-mm,
this,
mm-mm,
and that's still. And
mm-mm.
then
This is
and
bad.
it's
That's
Rashad,
bad
crazy.
you
business. That's a
really,
bad
Rashad,
business.
you really troubling my
And
Rashad,
it's
spirit,
let
crazy.
man.
me let
And
me say something.
Really hurt
and,
my
it, and
Let
heart.
me
it's
say something,
crazy
Rashad.
because I think that
I'm supposed to be,
me
man.
saying 400 is not a slight, because who the hell could
But
even
it's
have the
not.
idea of generating
Because
400? But I
you're
think that
thinking about it from a normal place where we are. You're not thinking about when he, like, for example, if he's aware of his draw and he's been drawing, like, for example, if you're saying he's made them billions in 6 years, how many fucking billions you think he done made them in 12 or 15? My problem with what you're saying from a business perspective is a nigga understands and did a value evaluation on himself and said, nigga, I know what I bring to the table. And because I cannot get some equity in this company, I need to have 800 mil. And that's not at a one-time cash check. That's how that works. He
I
would
want to know
still
how.
be required to produce music. He still would be locked in. There's still more things. So when you're seeing a number, and that's where kind of like that penny pinching mentality maybe is happening, because it's not about that. If the nigga made him, let's say $3 billion, do you know what 800 million is to 3 billion?
He doesn't know.
Stop.
Rashad, I think you're looking at it as if what he got the first time is what he was due. And I'm just not of that belief. So if you're telling me he took the 400 mil the first time and they done made 2 bill, it should have been the 800 mil the first time, bitch. Yes, now when it's time to renegotiate, yes, I'm going to ask for what I do believe that I'm actually worth. I probably couldn't have got that the first go round, but bitch, I'm going to get it now because at the end of the day, I'm Drake, ho. I could put out
And Kenya,
bullshit
don't
for
and
four
don't worry about it,
years.
Kenya. We're gonna read it off to Rashad because Rashad thinks that this is a whole bunch of duds for the past 6 years. Dark Lane demo tapes 2020 223 first week. Certified Lover Boy 613,000 first week. Honestly, never mind 204,000 first week. Her Loss 404,000 first week. For all the dogs 402,000 first week.
Like, these are
Some
crazy
sexy
numbers.
songs for you. Right after he got his ass whooped. 246K in the first week. Rashad, you don't know. I don't know if you understand what you're saying here. The nigga is worth whatever money he's asking for because he's going to make it back fast. The nigga, do you see with all these 6 years that you just said and what he was doing? The nigga was almost putting up 1 million. He was almost doing DMX numbers.
But
First
Rashad,
week.
it's very sick how you're saying that whatever Lucian thinks he's worth is only what he's worth. That is a very sick mindset. Lucian get to send his fucking great grandkids to private school on the moon when the time come off of me and my IP, but I can't get $800 million.
And if we're going off projection, do you think Kendrick Lamar is worth that 820? If we're just going off the year
No,
he
not
had,
yet, not yet.
so don't
And that
nobody,
and
so
that and
nobody
that's
deserves that
from a
money then.
Kendrick, and that's from a Kendrick fan that understands he might, but not yet. But Drake, and that's what it's like. That's why when that comes up in the argument, it's like Kendrick and Drake. When it comes to numbers, we can't have that conversation. Absolutely, Kendrick has sold, but Drake has been more consistently at the top. We understand this already. That's like a non-issue. I just want to know if somebody is doing 400K, 400K, 200K, 600K, 200K. At what point has he flopped?
Yeah, I'm not saying that Drake is a flop. I'm not saying that he can't go number one. I'm not saying that he doesn't sell albums. What I'm saying is moving forward,
He's not worth what he's asking for. He's not
you're
worth eight
not
hundred million
worth
Why?
the
dollars.
When? No,
800
why?
mil.
No. But what I just showed you, Rashad. Now that you see in numbers what the nigga did first week for all of these albums that you said he has had mid in the past 6 years. You said that, right? All of this Midiana is what you're talking about. He did not do first week under 200. And you know music industry 200 niggas nowadays is doing 80. So I want to know from you, Rashad, what are you talking about now that you see these numbers?
It is not about his first week numbers. I'm saying that,
Oh my
and what
God.
I'm looking up, I'm about to have the info right now, so I can put it in perspective. What Drake has done before 2019, before 2019, and what he's done after 2019 is a significant difference in total.
Because you're talking
That's
about,
what
but
I'm
you're not
saying.
talking about but you're not, okay, but Rashad, what you're doing is switching again
No, I'm not
because
switching. That's all I've said. I've said
you
trajectory
are,
multiple
because we're
times.
talking about business. No, but you talked about business. So
That's
you
the
said
only thing I've
trajectory,
been talking
business.
about. Y'all have been talking about
Okay, so
outside of
we're,
business.
okay, no, we're not. Numbers is the business. What are
I
you
said
talking about? First
tangibly
week
things,
numbers is the business.
but the first week sales.
You said I'm not talking about first week sales.
No,
Yes,
no.
that is. In the
I'm
music
talking
business, first
because
week sales
I'm
is what
talking
drives the
about
success of the
I'm
album.
talking about in totality. So I continually said trajectory and total for the music, but after 2019, you brought it to
Okay, and
first
that's what
week.
we're talking.
I
No,
said
okay, but are you
trajectory in total.
focusing on what is being said? Okay, but are you focusing on what's being said? We're talking about after 2019. I just read to you 2020 to 2025. The nigga did not have first week sales less than 200,000 units. So I'm asking
Meaning
you,
what to the total?
where is the
Meaning what to the total? Because my point is total. So what does those first week
so
says to the
okay,
overall total?
Rashad, hold up, Rashad. You
Who
say you're a
is
music
worth
nigga.
800 million, Rashad?
Do you not
Who
know
is?
what first week sales means? Like, you're a music nigga. You know what first week sales means. So why do I have to explain that? Because you want to make a larger
No,
point?
my point has
You know
always
what
been
first week
larger.
sales
My point
means.
has always been the larger
All
point.
right, no, you just hating. It's
My
okay.
So
point has
Rashad,
always
Whatever.
been
who
the
do you
At
larger
this
think
point.
is,
point,
so do you
it's
believe
just like
anybody is worth
it's
800 million? Do you believe
No,
anybody?
I
No,
don't.
nobody.
Not one person.
Okay.
Now, as far as music alone, no, I don't
that's
think so.
crazy.
I
Okay.
don't think anybody right now is making music and where you feel like you're going to get that level of return.
Right, but Rashad, you don't. But that to me is where I feel like, do you even know the concept of how much the music business earns? And that's what I'm just not understanding. You thinking about nickel and diming when this nigga is bringing in billions for
All right,
these
hold on, wait.
people,
Let me
and you
read
saying
something.
he
Hold
ain't
on,
worth a
hold on,
couple
hold on,
hundred million?
hold on. 1 second.
But you know,
Hold on,
I don't know if, and I probably need
hold
to get in the
on.
jumbo because you don't even look at
One
numbers.
second.
You talking business.
1 second. Let me read this off. I would like to read this off with no interruptions, please.
May you please put in the jumbo once you're done, please?
I'm gonna have to copy it or something. I just did just chat GBT, right? Just chat GBT. So I did from So Far Gone to Scorpion, right? The total streams on all DSPs. So Far Gone 1.5, Take Care 6.2, Nothing Was the Same 3.9, If You're Reading This 3.7, Views 11.2, More Life 8.1, Scorpion 11.2. That's So Far Gone to Scorpion. Now, I did the same thing for after Scorpion till now. Just listen to the number discrepancy. Dark Lane Demo, 3.9. Certified Lover Boy, 2.2. Honestly Nevermind. Oh, those are billion. Dark Lane Demo, that was Honestly Nevermind, 2.2 billion. Honestly Nevermind, 899 million.
Oh, now
3.2
you getting into
billion.
billions. So are you
One
making a
point.
point? What's the
Yeah,
point you
but the
making?
first
Because
list
I'm
was
hearing
billion.
billions.
Yeah, the first list was billion. My bad. The first list was
Oh,
billion.
okay.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
for all the dogs,
What's the point?
1.4 billion.
1.4 what billion? Oh, okay, yeah.
No. So I fucked up. The first list was billion as well. The first list was billion as well.
Okay.
So far gone 1.1
Okay.
billion. Take Care 6.2 billion. Nothing Was the Same 3.9 billion. If You're Reading This 3.7 billion. Views 11 billion. More Life 8.1 billion. Scorpion
Okay.
8.2 billion. All right. Now
Okay,
this
now let's keep
list.
into the billions because I'm not hearing no less than
Okay.
billion still.
Dark Lane Demo is 3.2 billion.
Billion.
Scary Hours is 170 million.
Okay. Which was, we know what that was.
Certified Lover Boy 2.2 billion.
Billion. Okay.
Honestly Nevermind 899 million. Her Loss
Okay.
3.2 billion.
Billion.
For All the Dogs 1.4 billion. 100 Gigs
Okay.
1.9 billion. So there
Billion.
is a
So what are
significant,
you
hold on,
talking about?
listen. There is a significant drop off from total streams
Jesus
across
Christ.
all DSPs from everything after Scorpion. The highest that Drake has had was 3.9, and that was Dark Lane Demo. There's only one that's lower than 3.9 from So Far and Gone to Scorpion. Everything else is
Because that
over
was his
3.9.
prime,
Listen,
Rashad.
hold on.
Okay, but Rashad, that's
This
his
is what I'm
prime.
saying.
Like, what are what?
So when I make the point
It's
of
terrible.
trajectory, there's only one early on in those albums that was 3.9. Everything else was way above. He had 11 billion twice. Those numbers now are not
Because
even
he was
touching.
at his prime, Rashad,
So
and
what I'm
nobody is
saying, but
arguing prime.
okay, and I said that
But
he
the
wasn't.
point doesn't mean that
No,
he
but
doesn't
I
have
said
the.
now
He
you take
already
it.
done
Hold on,
it.
wait. You're taking my talking point because I said he wasn't in his prime, and I said that, and I said the labels see that, and they see the tangible evidence of fam. You're not doing what you used to do, so now you're sitting here asking for 800 million,
No
and your streams
one
ain't the
is
same.
doing what they used to do,
Okay,
Rashad,
so that's
and
why you're
that's
not
what you
getting the
keep failing
money.
to realize.
That's why you're not
No,
getting the
but what you
money.
fail, but no,